Hey there, my name is Timothy Stachinsky, and I'm the owner and CEO of Bridge Coffee Company. I am also the head roaster for the UC Davis Coffee Center. I am a Q grader, and I've got about more than 3 decades of passionate, obsessive coffee experience, and it's my pleasure to bring this video to you. So the app is super intuitive, and let me just dive right into it. So I have out here a sample. I'm gonna just go through this. So in the app, I open it up and I have a choice of green, roasted, or ground, and I'm gonna do roasted coffee and take a photo. And even though the lighting conditions in here are not ideal, I am hoping for a good result. And so I'm going to use that photo, wait for it to process the image. While it's processing that image and analyzing it, over my shoulder there's a light box. And a light box is probably something you should invest in, because having even illumination and having the correct, or at least a stable white balance and a bright enough level of lux is not going to make the database, the software, the analyzing of the image result work as hard. So having the light box with all of the stable lighting conditions helps the tool with the database work more effectively and efficiently. So I have an image here that says it's uncertified, and that's probably because of the lighting conditions. And I see that it's kind of a yellowy color instead of white, which to me looks like white right now. And but I still have a result. And so the screen size on the roasted coffee is now 20. The color on a commercial Agtron score is 43.4. So that is just a medium roast on the Agtron, given the values of what the SEA has provided for those. And so this coffee right here actually is the darkest that I roast all of my coffee. And so, in fact, I only have a couple of coffees that I roast to this level. This coffee, as it is sitting at 43.4, may be lighter than some other companies' described light roast coffee. And so I'm really hoping that we can move away from light, medium, and dark, and we can just start to, maybe this becomes so prolific that it's in every roaster's hand, or available to more and more roasters, that we can use this tool to give an actual score. So on the L star, A star, B star value, I have an L star value of 27. That's going to mean a lot. Having an L star value of 27 is really going to be something akin to an IBU rating for beer. So International Bittering Unit, you have a double IPA that might have an IBU of 90. That's going to be a more bitter beer. You have a lager that's at 11, it's going to be less bitter. And so having a L star value that's closer to 0 is going to be darker, and so 27 might be something that would sit in your customer's palate range. This is very fast, and I'm very pleased with just how efficient it is. This sample size, as long as there's at least 50 coffee beans on the sheet, it will become a certified sample. That's a minimum, so I don't know exactly how many grams that would be, but my trier pulls this much coffee, and so this is one trier pull. And so all of these coffees were each individual trier pulls, from just before first crack to just at the end or just after the beginning of second crack. And here we've been able to, in the past, take these trier samples and take a photo and show what it looks like to go through that development time and phase. And now with that same size trier pool, I can put that onto a calibrated colorimeter sheet, get full L star, A star, B star value, and know a lot more information about my coffee. I can help educate my team, and I certainly can give the customer a much more informed result. I'm very happy with this. How much does it cost? Well, I know that the secret sauce is the Roastpic calibrated sheet, and it is currently $189 on the Roastpic.com website, and they're listing a starting monthly charge of $19 a month, and then it will go up from there for enterprise level. I have heard, and I know that they're discussing a more entry-level price point for, say, home roasters and small micro roasters, because even at $19 a month over the life of say 3 years, that you may be utilizing this sheet if you care for it well, that adds up. And even though it's still less than other commercially grade colorimeters for roasted coffee, it's less expensive, it's more accurate, and you get more information. So even at that price point, it's still a value. But I know that part of the problem with that price point is that the saving the images to the database and storing those images for you does add up. But that does allow for some other really helpful things in the future. Before, you get a colorimeter, it's just going to give you one stored value. But as you go through the sheet, or go through the app with the images that you take of the sheets, the amount of information you can store with that coffee in the database, much like when you're doing data logging on your computer, of being able to put the origin and farm and green information, the roasting profile, the pre-roasted weight, the post-roasted weight, all of that stuff is going to be also available to save in the app, and perhaps down the road those two can communicate, and your data logging software and the Roastpic app can communicate and sync with one another. This is not just taking one image and getting one result. This is a really, really impressively valuable tool that is now available to the roasting community, and I encourage you to check it out.